Pontiac GTO 1971. The 1971 GTO had another modest facelift, this time with wire mesh grills, horizontal bumper bars on either side of the grille opening, more closely spaced headlamps, and a new hood with the dual scoops relocated to the leading edge, not far above the grille. Overall length grew slightly to 203.3 in, 5,164 mm. Sport mirrors increased standard width by 2 inches, from 74.5 to 76.5 inches. A new corporate edict, aimed at preparing GM for no-lead gasoline, forced an across-the-board reduction in compression ratios. The Ram Air engines did not return for 1971. The standard GTO engine was still the 400 SID V8, but now with 8.2 to 1 compression ratio. Power was rated at 300 horsepower, 220 kilowatts, C gross at 4,800 revolutions per minute and torque at 400 pounds-feet, 542 Nm, at 3,600 revolutions per minute. It had 255 horsepower, 190 kilowatts, C net at 4,400 revolutions per minute in the GTO and 250 horsepower, 190 kilowatts, C net at 4,400 revolutions per minute in the Firebird. An engine option was the 455 SID V8 with 4-barrel carburetor, 8.4 to 1 compression ratio and 325 horsepower, 242 kilowatts, at 4,400 revolutions per minute, which was only available with the turbo-hydramatic TH400 transmission. It had 260 horsepower, 190 kilowatts, C net at 4,000 revolutions per minute in the GTO and 255 horsepower, 190 kilowatts, C net in the Firebird. This engine was not available with Ram Air induction. The top-of-the-line GTO engine for 1971 was the new 455 HO with 8.4 compression, rated at 335 horsepower, 250 kilowatts, at 4,800 revolutions per minute and 480 pounds-feet, 651 Nm, at 3,600 revolutions per minute. It had 310 horsepower, 230 kilowatts, C net at 4,400 revolutions per minute in the GTO and 305 horsepower, 227 kilowatts, C net in the Firebird Trans Am or Formula 455 with Ram Air induction formula, shaker hood inlet on Trans Am. The 1971 Pontiac brochure declared that this engine produced more net horsepower than any other engine in its history. That would imply the 400 SID V8 Ram Air engines had less than 310 horsepower net. For 1971, the standard rear end was an open 10-bolt. Positraction 10-bolt rear ends were available as an option on 400 SID engine-equipped GTOs, while all 455 SID GTOs were available with a 12-bolt open or optional 12-bolt positraction rear end. Motor Trend tested a 1971 GTO with the 455, 4-speed transmission, and 3.90 axle, and obtained a 0 to 60 miles per hour acceleration time of 6.1 seconds and a quarter-mile acceleration time of 13.4 seconds at 102 miles per hour, 164 kilometers per hour. The judge returned for a final year, with the standard equipment being the Mountain Performance Package was the 455 HO. Only 357 were sold, including 17 convertibles, before the judge was discontinued in February 1971. Only 10,532 GTOs were sold in 1971, 661 of which were non-judge equipped convertibles.